Hey everybody, thanks for clicking that thumbnail. Welcome to Talking Habs, and this video is going to be kind of a combination of videos. I'm going to review the game last night between Montreal and Toronto. What a game. Montreal pulled it out last minute, almost last minute. And it was a fantastic game, so I'm going to review that. And there's some news and stuff, so I'm going to do kind of an odds and ends all together in one video. Hope you don't mind, it's my birthday today. So I'm kind of in a rush, got up late because I stayed up late, and so I'm going to do all that in one video. Before we get to that, if you're new to the channel and you want to see more Habs videos because you're a Habs fan like I am, please subscribe and ring that notifications bell. That's going to get you your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge right here at Talking Habs. All right, we had a fantastic game last night. And it's not just because Montreal won, but it's in the way that they won. And I guess let me explain. So it was a 2-1 win. And Toronto got a pretty early goal. Let me see now what time it was. Oh, it's right up there. 3:36 into the first. Mitch Marner gets his first goal against the Montreal Canadiens, and that goal actually stands for most of the game. So Matthews in the back of the net. I don't remember who he was going up against, but he gets a puck, and he kind of makes a pass. I don't know if you call it a pass, up to into the slot. But I think I saw is Price saw it or something and tried to paddle it out. So I thought I saw a stick, looked like a goalie stick, hit it outward, and it went up to Marner. And he kind of had a bit of an open side of the net, and he put it in. And that's through two defenders. There were two guys, and Price. Yeah, it wasn't an open net. And he got it through them. And his first goal of his career against Montreal. Kind of like a goal that was meant to happen. I don't know who you blame on that, but it's 1-0, and that carries for quite a bit. No pun intended on the carry. So it's 1-0, and now I thought Montreal kind of looked like, I don't know, they didn't look like they had all the energy and the skating to start the game. Price actually looked a little shaky to start the game, but quickly that changed, and Montreal, as the period went along, Carey Price and Montreal got better, and you can see that, oh, maybe it's not as bad as last game. And then in the second period, it was like a different team. Montreal was playing much better, and they were playing at least an even par with Toronto, and Carey Price was on his game, and things started to change from there. Now, there was no scoring in the second period, but it was much better play from Montreal, especially considering the game before, the 4-2 loss to them. There was no dominating by Toronto, and it was pretty even play. Third period came around, and Montreal kind of turned their jets on in the third period. And we get a goal from Tyler Toffoli at 6:11 in. That's his 10th goal. He gets that from Danault and Gallagher. It was a filthy pass by Danault, to get the puck to Toffoli. Let me tell you what happened. So Gallagher digs the puck up. The puck's rimming around the boards. On the right side, he gets in there and he digs it out. And as he digs it out, he passes it. It was a really nice move. It goes right to Danault, who's at the right circle. That is where Danault makes a filthy pass. He gets the pass. I think it goes from backhand to forward, to the front of the stick, and he cross slots it, because he's in the slot, and to Toffoli, who's kind of charging in, and Toffoli, with one quick shot, roofs it right up into the top over Anderson, and it's just a beautiful bang, bang, bang play, and they tie it up, and the momentum's on their side, and they just don't stop from there. And the pace increases. Montreal's got much more time in the offensive zone. They're carrying the puck more. So I think Toronto actually in the first two periods probably carried the puck way more than Montreal. And you can tell by the hits in the game. But in the third period, that wasn't the case. Montreal really poured it on. And this game could have been, they could have scored 2 or 3, it looked like, the way they were going at it. And we get that third goal, or the second goal, to go ahead from Gallagher at 16:53. It's a 6th goal from Petrie and Toffoli. And what happens here, and I don't remember how Toffoli, I think Toffoli had the puck in the corner. I don't pick it up there from Toffoli. He gets it up to Petrie at the blue line, at the point. And Petrie takes a shot that goes really high. And Gallagher's in the slot. kind of battling with a guy, and he gets a stick on it. Looks like a high stick. Puck drops to his feet, and he just leaps on that, and it's in the net. And it was not challenged, but it was almost challenged. And you can see on the replay, the puck does hit his stick, but it hits his stick at his hands, and they're not over his head. So it's not over his head. The blade of his stick was over his head, but where it hit the stick, it was not. So it's a good goal. The way he leaped on that puck when it hit the ground, there was not a split second. He was on it, and it was in the net. So beautiful goal by Gally. That's the go-ahead goal, the game-winning goal. And there was 3 minutes left. They held on. They kept Toronto. Toronto pulled the goalie. Montreal almost got an empty net goal, but Toronto didn't really mount anything in those 3 minutes. So that was good. And this was a kind of, it wasn't a statement game because it wasn't like 7-1, but it was in a way because Montreal started the game not really playing well, and they turned it around and in the not playing well, they held Toronto to the 1 goal until they could turn it around completely, and it was great and a good momentum game. They're going into 7 days off for their bye week. This is, if they would have lost, it would have been kind of draggy through the week. This is great because now we have got a game on the 20th against them in Montreal this time. A rested Montreal Canadians team, a Toronto team that I think at that point will be coming off 3 games this week against Ottawa. So points-wise, they could be way ahead, but we'll have games in hand, so it won't be a problem. But this is a good way to go into that that bye week when you know you're facing the same team coming back. So you're not facing them knowing you lost the game, can we win? Now you know you can win even in circumstances that, were not to your favor and you weren't playing well and you turned it around. Anyway, I'm gushing, but it was a great game. Just edge of your seat right to the end, and just a great game. Love it. Montreal and Toronto. I hate Toronto, but I love playing them, just like I hated the Nordiques. But man, I love those games. And it's the same thing now that Toronto is a good team, and it makes it so much better. Sorry about all that. Price, 21 for 22 in saves, .955 save percentage. Anderson stopped 23 of 25 for .920. 3 stars of the game. They gave Mitch Marner the 3rd star in the officials. I didn't. 3rd star to Foley, goal and an assist. Beautiful goal. The assist was a secondary one, but still, the goal was such a beautiful shot. He was in tight, and he got that straight up and under the crossbar. Just beautiful. It's not easy when you're in tight like that to get the puck up enough when the goalie's right there. So Price got the 2nd star for 21 of 22 saves. Saved 21 of 22 shots. He played well, and he kind of, like I said, started out a little shaky, but he got his confidence back. I even thought he kind of, after the first goal, he kind of sort of shrugged his shoulders, or it's not shrug, but he sagged. I mentioned it in the live stream, and maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Didn't matter because it didn't affect him the rest of the game. 1st star to Gallagher. That was a really beautiful goal. Plus that assist he got, digging that puck out off the boards like that. It's not an easy thing to do, to get the puck and then to make an accurate pass in almost one step like that. Not an easy thing to do. That was a really good assist, even though it was a secondary one. And that was a beautiful goal, the way he leaped on that puck. So Gallagher gets the 1st star. Montreal comes out with the win, and they're off for a week. So, and then the next game is going to be in Montreal next Saturday at, I think it's 7. So 7 p.m. start, 6:35 live stream start. So, it's going to be an interesting this game was important for Montreal to see how they responded to the loss to Edmonton, to the loss to Toronto, and the loss to Ottawa 2 games before that. And they responded well. So now they have a week off. How do they respond coming back against this same team who's leading the division, who probably will be way ahead unless Ottawa somehow manages to beat them by the time we play them again in points? We'll have the games in hand, so it's not a problem. But how do they respond to that? That's going to be another test for them, and let's see how they do. Next up, I got some news and notes that are interesting, and I don't have time today to do a separate video, so we're going to put it all in one video. Byron was placed on waivers today. He was placed on waivers. I don't know. For the reason was to make cap room, right? Put him on taxi squad for a little while. The risk is, let me see if I wrote something about it. The risk is that he's going to get claimed, right? So they're kind of banking on the fact that his contract is a large one for most teams right now. He's got 3 years at $3.4 million for what he contributes and how he's playing right now. They're banking on the fact that that contract is a little too large and nobody will claim him. Don't know. I think it's kind of risky. One of the reasons they need to do that is Perry either has to be waived or kept because he's coming to that time. Perry's playing well. You waive Perry right now, and I said this a couple weeks ago, they're not going to be able to waive Perry again. And I think that's what they're feeling, that they can't because they'll lose him, and they feel it's less risky to waive Byron. But I don't know about that. I think there's teams out there that might pick him up, so we may lose Paul Byron for nothing. I guess Montreal's confident that they won't, but I think they felt they didn't have a choice. I don't know what else to say. We'll find out tomorrow if he gets claimed or not. We'll find out at noon tomorrow. Tomas Tatar was a healthy scratch last night, and there was a lot of speculation, at least in my live stream, about is he going to be traded, what's going on, was he injured, and all that. It turns out, I'm sorry for the rustling papers, it turns out he was benched by Julian, healthy scratch, to send a point. He's not playing that well, and to send a point to him and to the team. And I made a point in the live stream. I thought, Tatar's a very popular player amongst the players. I think he's very well liked. You bench a guy like that, and it really sends a message to the whole team. So I thought maybe that was what it was. It seems to be, but it's not confirmed that that's what it was. But it seems that's it. Doesn't look like he's getting traded. We'll find out over the week. Victor Mette was in for Brett Kulak. That's his first name. Last night. So speculation was, what's up? Is Kulak and Tatar, maybe a package deal? We talked about all kinds of different options. Mette played well last night, gotta say. I think Mette was in strictly because he's a puck-moving defenseman, and against Toronto, who is a fast team, doing everything about Toronto, I don't have to tell everybody. Mette would have a lot of effect by being able to break out of the zone, carrying the puck, and into the other zone. And that's what he did. He did that a lot. He created some chances. He played well. So Victor Mette was in there. I don't think it's because Kulak's going to get moved. But I guess we'll find out over the week. Now, here's a funny story, and it'll be the last one. Yesterday, Alex Galchenyuk and Cedric Paquette of the Ottawa Senators were traded to Carolina Hurricanes in exchange for Ryan Dzingel going back to Ottawa after leaving there because he was a free agent. He was traded to Columbus, and then he moved over to Carolina. So not a great fit, I guess, in Carolina. He played really well in Ottawa, so they're hoping it's the same kind of fit. So the funny thing about that is not really in that trade. It's a good trade, I think, for Carolina. Cedric Paquette's a good player for the role that he fills. I think it's good for Ottawa. Ryan Dzingel played really well there. If he can get back to the way he was playing when he left there, that would be good for Ottawa. So it's a good trade that way. Now, the funny thing is that Alex Galchenyuk today was placed on waivers by Carolina. So it was Alex Galchenyuk's sixth team, Carolina, in four seasons, 6 teams, on his way to becoming a journeyman. Like, what's the guy's name? I can't remember the guy's name. That's the biggest journeyman. And then he's placed on waivers today, so he could theoretically, theoretically get picked up, which I doubt. And then he'll report probably to Carolina and be put on the taxi squad or sent to the AHL, one of the two. But if someone picks him up, that's kind of theoretically, because for 24 hours he was a member of Carolina, could be his 7th team in 4 years. So I think it's kind of odd, for Alex Galchenyuk. I think he's done if he doesn't, at the end of the season, if he doesn't show anything, he's a done deal. I think he'll go back to the KHL if they'll take him. I don't see another team really taking a chance on him. I think Ottawa probably said, listen, we'll give you Cedric Paquette. They must have wanted him. But you got to take Alex Galchenyuk. I think that's what happened. And they said, okay, but we don't really want him, so we'll place him on waivers. And like, that's how he's come down in the NHL. So that's it. That's my stories. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Sorry, I'm a bit rambly. It's my birthday today. I got to get out of here and do some stuff. People are waiting on me, and I'm sorry I'm rushing, but hopefully you'll understand. I hope you enjoyed that. Leave any comments in the comment section if you have any comments about this. What did you think of the game last night? And what do you think about the Alex Galchenyuk story? And what do you think? Paul Byron going to get picked up on waivers? I'm kind of leaning towards that he is. I'm going to be surprised if Paul Byron doesn't get picked up on waivers. How's that? I'm going to be happy, but I'm going to be surprised. And I think it might be a mistake by Montreal, but we'll see. We'll see if he clears. We'll know tomorrow. So that's it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and ring that notifications bell. That is down there as well. That'll get you your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge right here at Talkin' Habs. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe out there. Peace out, y'all. And I'll see you next video. Bye, y'all.